and welcome back for another lunchtime launch video. Crash and I are here introducing you to some of the fabulous new products that were released this week. Today's products come from the mini catalog, January to April mini catalog, and they are found starting on page 23, although 23 is just an introduction to the Storybook Moments Suite. Now the Storybook Moments Suite actually has lots in it. There are gardening stamps and dies. There are storybook characters. You might think you might have a name, kind of goes with my husband's name, about this little rabbit, and some frames and some dies that go with that. There's some gems and some ribbon. But there's also two kinds of DSP, and this is what I'm going to be focusing on today. Let's get started. The Storybook Moments Suite Collection is, again, not something that I would necessarily purchase for myself. It's not really my kind of thing, but I want to show it to you because not everybody has to like what I like. And some of you may like some other things. And this does have its place. In fact, I need to make a baby card. So that's what I'm going to do today on my lunchtime launch video. So I've already used some of the paper because we did a swap in my team meeting. But the Storybook Moments DSB comes with this page of die cuts. So you can see there's lots of little images. There's actually two of the pages. You can see I've already used some of the elements over here, but the two pages are the same. So you get two of everything. And then it also has some very pretty designer series paper. We've got the chipmunks on one side here and just a really beautiful design. And we've got cottages and vegetables. Another pretty design in wild wheat. A gardening themed page. Bunny page with some strawberries on the back. And then there's this page that has a pretty design on it. And on the other side, it's just different panels that you could put on a card as the focal point or a focal layer. So lots of pretty stuff in here, lots of nice colors. The colors that are in here are basic beige, boho blue, Cajun craze, calypso coral, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, early espresso, Lost Lagoon, misty moonlight, mossy meadow, old olive, pebbled path, pecan pie, and wild wheat. Whew, that's a lot of colors. Goes with a lot of things here. As I mentioned, I'm going to be making a baby card. So let's see. I think I'm going to use, use maybe this little bunny. Could use a little duck too. Here's a cute little squirrel with some flowers. I've got the duck. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to use. The one that's hidden under here is a flower one. That one's pretty too. So it doesn't have to just be cute little critters. But I'm going to go ahead and use, no, I like this little guy best. So we're going to put him out of the way. And then I'm going to show you another package of paper that goes in this suite as well. And that is the Timeless Plaid. And so the Timeless Plaid are 12 different designs. You get 4 sheets of each design. And of course, each page is double-sided. So you really have 24 designs to choose from. And they are in the same kind of color palette. Really pretty. I think this one's going to go very nice. This one would go very nicely here. So with this one, picks up the green that's in the bunny, I think. Let me sort of keep those aside. You've got some other ones here. Some are bigger plaids, some are smaller plaids, some are plaids on the diagonal. Most of the back sides are this checkerboard pattern. Ooh, this one goes nicely too. And that would be nicer for maybe like a little girl card. Let's hold off that one to the side too. Got this pretty plaid. So you get lots of choices there. So let's see, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna use this one on the diagonal. The first step I'm gonna take is I'm going to trim this down to 3 inches. So I really could make 2 cards out of this. So 3 inches, and I think I'm gonna go by 5 inches. So 3 by 5. And then what I want to do is I want to pull in a piece of basic white that is just slightly larger. So I will cut a piece that is 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. So I'll do my 5 1/8 first here. And 3 1/8. So now I have something that looks like this. And I need a base for this to go on. So I need to choose either, this looks like old olive would go nicely. That looks like what's in the bunny. It looks like wild weed is in there as well. And then I'm gonna say that this is probably Calypso Coral. I know for sure I do not want a base of wild wheat because it reminds me of baby poop, and I don't want to send a baby card that reminds me of baby poop. This looks very nice together. And then this looks very nice and cheery together too. So not a whole lot of it's going to show. And I think I'm going to go with this one. It's a little bit non-traditional for a baby card. But that's all right. So I'm just off to the side here, cutting my cardstock and scoring it. So here's just a regular card base. I'm going to put this here. So this is just sort of what I would consider decoration. And then I need to put a label on here. I'm going to mount this onto the white. There we go. And I'm going to put that right on the card front directly, no dimensionals. My bunny rabbit and sentiment are going to get the dimensionals. Now I'm just trying to make the top, left, and bottom borders about the same. Glue just allows me to be able to spread it around a bit. All right, so we have this here, and let's go ahead and cut a label for this. And I am, as I usually do, going to pull in my favorite stylish shapes. I'm going to pull in one of the circles here. And let's see, we're gonna put the sentiment here, and I just need to decide. That's not a bad size right there with my bunny. I think my bunny is a little bit too large to make my sentiment look good. I'm gonna go with that first one. So I'm going to just cut a piece of basic white using this circle die. Bring this in. Feed that through. Some of those pages on the Storybook Moments would make really nice pages in a scrapbook too for a baby or a young child. All right, so now I have this. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to have my little bunny here. That one might be kind of big. Let me go ahead and cut the other one. Let me see how I like that one better. See if I like it better, I suppose I should say. You know, I'm almost always pulling the circles here, but I wonder how a square would look. You know what? Let's just experiment. See some of our options. I chose a paper that I wouldn't probably normally pick. So let's choose some other things that I might not normally pick, namely the square. Now, yes, I know I can just cut a square layer, and I can do that pretty easily, but it doesn't have the stitching that my stylish shapes dies gives my label. All right. I'm gonna put my dies back. And I'm gonna look at this. So if I have this size right here, we put the bunny on, you know what? I think that looks a little bit nicer. It looks a little bit more delicate. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Let's look at the square here too. That one would work as well. You know what? I'm going to go outside my comfort zone and we're going to use this one. Now to find a sentiment. I have pulled out my Unbounded Love stamp set that is in the annual catalog. And in here there is a hello and there's little one, which works very nicely for this. So let's go ahead and find those sayings. So hard reading backwards, but this is the little one. And hello is down here. I'm going to stamp the hello and little ones in two different colors. Let's do Calypso Coral for the hello, and I need to figure out the placement here. Let's not do it on there though. Put my bunny. My bunny's gonna go about right here. So we can do hello. And then we can do little one, and let's go ahead and pull in the old olive for that. I'm gonna have to stand up to get over my paper here. That was almost upside down. Hello, little one. So cute. So cute. Let's go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. I'm just going to stick this off to the side a little bit and a little bit low. And when I put this guy on, I want to keep him off as well. So I'm just going to put dimensionals over here and over here where it's not already where it's sticking off that side of the paper there. If I want, I can put a little bit of glue right here so it'll stick a little bit to the labels. Probably not necessary, but and there we go. Now let's just put a couple of different gems on it. I'm going to bring in these pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive thingamajiggies. They're pretty flat. They're really very, very nice. And I think that, you know, these are technically pecan pie, but they are so light. They're going to really pull in a little bit more of the wild wheat probably. But they kind of match the bunny. So let's see where we're going to put these guys here. Put one right there. And another one right there. Oh, it doesn't want to come off my scissors. And then let's put another one right here. Yeah, that's right there. And so there is our quick little card. All we have to do is cut it the inside and decorate that inside a little bit. And we can decorate that with a piece of this designer series paper. We could even flip on the other side because it's got a different pattern, and so that would look really cute on there as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a couple of strips. These are 1/2-inch strips, and I am gonna do probably, let's see, I think I am going to do this side just to tie it in with the front. If I'd cut these a little bit smaller, I'd have enough DSP to do the envelope flap. Should have thought about that. Since because I cut 2 1/2-inch strips, this is now only 2 inches wide, and it really needs to be 2 1/4 to do the flap. Let's go ahead and this right in here, and go back and I can see if there are any characters that I might want to put on this little page. He had a radish in his hand, but I don't really like that. But I could pull in these flowers pretty nicely because they go very beautifully. And either put it on the side or put it right here at the bottom or right here at the top. I think I like it right here at the top. And then you can write some stuff underneath it. Let's put that right there. There we go. And that is our card using the Storybook Moments, or elements from the Storybook Moments Suite. Uses specifically the DSP, the Storybook Moments DSP, and the Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper. Tune in tomorrow for another Lunchtime launch video, and I think you're really gonna love tomorrow's. I hope you've enjoyed today's Lunchtime launch project, and I will have another one for you tomorrow. Don't forget that we are currently in celebration, which means for every $60 worth of merchandise that you place an order for, and that's out of any catalog, mini catalog, annual catalog, scrapbook brochure, online exclusives, kits, anything. If it adds up to at least $60, you get a free celebration selection from this brochure. You can also find the options online. We have $60 level items and $120 level items. And lots of fantastic stuff that range from sequins to ribbons to designer series paper to stamp sets to bundles. Lots of great stuff in there. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead. You can see everything in my online store, and the link to that is in the description of this video. Have a great rest of your Thursday.